Welcome to this module on acabar de. Now, this is actually a wonderful modal verb. And what we're going to be using it for is this idea of expressing I just with the past. For example, I just did it. They just told me. We just gave it to him. Did you just arrive? So you can see that in each case, we have this idea of just with the past. That's the magic of this modal verb, in that it gives you a direct gateway into the past. So first of all, let's look at the angle of I just. The sound is acabo de. Acabo de. You will always put de here, so you view it as a pairing together, acabo de. Now after that, you're free to add on pretty much any verb, any full verb that you like. For example, what's the verb to eat? Comer. So to express I just ate, you would take the modal verb of acabo de, add on comer, and you get acabo de comer. I just ate. Now, of course, in a literal sense, this doesn't make any sense because here we have the full verb to eat. But this is the magic of this modal verb in that it transforms this into the past. So instead of meaning I just to eat, what you're expressing is I just ate. Let's do some more examples. What's the verb to do or to make? Hacer. And how would you say to do it? Hacerlo. Now we want to express I just did it. So once again, you take your modal verb acabo de and you will add on hacerlo. So I just did it, acabo de hacerlo. As you can see, it doesn't matter whether or not the verb has a pronoun, because we had acabo de comer. But it works in exactly the same way when the verb does carry a pronoun. So we had acabo de hacerlo. What's the verb to arrive? Llegar. How would you say, I just arrived? Acabo de llegar. I just paid it. Acabo de pagarlo. From a previous module where we looked at picture vocabulary, we had the verb to order, and we had two choices for that. Do you remember what they were? Pedir or ordenar. Let's use pedir. So what we want to express is, I just ordered it. How would you say it? Acabo de pedirlo. What about I just told her? Acabo de decirle. Going back to the English, let's examine once again what's happening here, because we're seeing in English the past. So in your mind, you must find what that full verb would be. So told is the past of to say or to tell. So that gives us decir, and we combine it with the modal verb, acabo de decirle. What about I just had dinner? Acabo de cenar. I just found it. Acabo de encontrarlo. I just spoke with him. Acabo de hablar con él. I just bought it yesterday. Acabo de comprarlo ayer. Do you remember the verb to receive? Recibir. Now, how would you say, I just received it today? Acabo de recibirlo hoy. What's the verb to sell? Vender. How would you say, I just sold it? Acabo de venderlo. Next up, I would like for us to find all the other angles. Our starting point is of course the full verb, acabar de. Now, if we get rid of the de, what we're left with is a very regular verb, which will conjugate just like any other regular verb. So we already have acabo for I. I just acabo de. The angle for you would be acabas. So you just acabas de. He, she, or it would be acaba. He just, she just, it just, acaba de. For we get our mos sound, acabamos. So we just acabamos de. Then finally, for they, acaban. They just acaban de. So as you can see, this verb conjugates just like any other regular AR verb. Let's list it all on one slide now. I just acabo de. You just acabas de. He, she, or it just acaba de. We just acabamos de. They just acaban de. If you need to, you can pause this slide now and just study it for a few minutes to make sure that you're very familiar with how to get to all the different angles. Now let's run through it. I just acabo de. You just acabas de. He, she, or it just acaba de. We just acabamos de. They just acaban de. Now let's drill everything. How would you say we just spoke with them? Acabamos de hablar con ellos. I just told her. Acabo de decirle. He just told me. Acaba de decirme. I just found it. Acabo de encontrarlo. They just told him. Acaban de decirle. I just arrived today. Acabo de llegar hoy. They just saw him. Acaban de verlo. She just arrived. Acaba de llegar. She just saw him today. Acaba de verlo hoy. We just arrived. Acabamos de llegar. They just spoke with us. Acaban de hablar con nosotros. I just spoke with them this morning. Acabo de hablar con ellas esta mañana. Did you just speak with him? ¿Acabas de hablar con él? We just found it today. Acabamos de encontrarlo hoy. I just saw her yesterday. Acabo de verla ayer. We just told them. Acabamos de decirles. They just arrived today. Acaban de llegar hoy. She just found it now. Acaba de encontrarlo ahora. We just saw them this morning. Acabamos de verlos esta mañana. Did you just arrive? Acabas de llegar? He just spoke with her. Acaba de hablar con ella. I'd like to use a new verb now, which is the verb to discover. In Spanish, this is descubrir. The syllables are de, scu, brir. Descubrir. You could also use this for to find out. So to discover something or to find out something, descubrir. How would you say, I just discovered? Acabo de descubrir. What is he's here? Está aquí. I just discovered that he's here. Acabo de descubrir que está aquí. It's also possible to have two modal verbs in one sentence or one phrase. For example, how would you say this? He just discovered that she's going to sell it. Acaba de descubrir que va venderlo. Here we have our first modal verb, acaba de, followed by the full verb. Then we have a second modal verb, va, again followed by the full verb. Acaba de descubrir que va venderlo. We just discovered that he wants to buy the house. Acabamos de descubrir que quiere comprar la casa. We can also use the present tense. For example, what's the verb to smoke? Fumar. How would you say he smokes? Fuma. Now say they just discovered that he smokes. Acaban de descubrir que fuma. Let's go back to more modal verbs. I just discovered that she likes to sing. Acabo de descubrir que le gusta cantar. She just discovered that he's not going to arrive on time. Acaba de descubrir que no va a llegar a tiempo. We just discovered that she's going to call him tonight. Acabamos de descubrir que va a llamarle esta noche. One more. They just told me that it's not going to arrive today. Acaban de decirme que no va a llegar hoy. In our module from Picture Vocabulary in New York, we had the verb to cross. Do you remember what that was? Cruzar. And what is the street? La calle. So how would you say they just crossed the street? Acaban de cruzar la calle. What's the verb to go? Ir. And the word for there? Allí. How would you say, I just went there? Acabo de ir allí. The verb to finish in Spanish is terminar. How would you say, I just finished it? Acabo de terminarlo. Now ask, did you just finish it today? ¿Acabas de terminarlo hoy? She just finished it this morning. Acaba de terminarlo esta mañana. What is it's ready? Está listo. It's ready. We just finished it today. Está listo. Acabamos de terminarlo hoy. One last one. How would you say, they just finished it and they're going to call you? Acaban de terminarlo y van a llamarte.